right, welcome in. Oh, big stretch. Hello, welcome in. So how are we doing today, guys? Hello! You didn't catch me starting this time. Just starting out. So how you doing today, Sister Maid? Today is definitely a day to shut the TV off. So we're going to focus on making 6-inch shafts today for all those little ones that we cut out a couple days back. So we are turning hard maple today. Let me mute my thing now. When I got headphones on, I can't hear that. There you go. Bat one. So I actually ordered my fairly well. Yeah, this one is, I want to say it's Bacote, and I embedded magnets on it, but I just don't use them. Occasionally I'll lose it and I'll find it stuck somewhere. So we are starting out with square stock. Hello, Antonio. How's it going? Because, yeah, usually when I order my dowels, they're in the mail within a week. And we waited a week. We got a hold of them, and, yeah, they're still 2 weeks out. So I am cutting maple into square stock, which is fine. I still have maybe 20 of the original ones, but I'm kind of saving those in case something weird happens. So I did record a video today and put it up on YouTube. So hooray for me. It's just a review of the Bauer scroll saw I bought. So, most of us, probably speaking for myself, actually we start from square normally, right? But I've attempted to find a way to quickly round them because of the chatter, right? Yeah, the only reason I start out with the doweling is it creates less of a mess. Got some trilobites. When you're parting it off, understandably, you hide for a moment. Many years ago, my husband was holding a video camera for me. I was cutting metal with a make-do setup. Iman, how's it going? Yeah, because I'm supporting. I mean, I could go from underneath, but it feels so unnatural. I can. There. Anish, how's it going? There we go. And that little bit will be sanded out in the next step. And get wax added on there. So we are making drop spindles for spinning yarn. Top secret. Well, you know, I don't share sanding or balancing. That's kind of the secret sauce. So we are making drop spindles that are used to spin yarn with. So this is what came before spinning wheels. You're from India? I'm from America. I'm in the United States. Hey Tracy, how's it going? Welcome in. So I am taking tomorrow off. I will not be live streaming. I will not be working. Hello, Salvadori. How's it going? So I put the Turkish march on here. So it's da 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 bum 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 bum. Yep. There you go. So let's see. Do I always make the same design features on the bottom of my spindles? As far as my name and the weight, yes. Hey, Carter. Yeah. Even the top whirls, but I write on the top whirls the weight. How many? Oh, okay, yeah. Yep. So, yeah. 2 stripes, 2 beads. Except for the minis. The minis only have 1 stripe. There you go. I got what you're saying. Because they're so small. So yeah, 2 bubbles. Yeah, I originally did 1 stripe, and then a lot of people did 1 stripe, so I did 2 stripes, and a lot of people are doing 2 stripes, so that's why I started making the beads on the bottom. Yeah, the minis are adorable. How long is this live stream? I'm going to go till 6 o'clock, so 1 more hour. So, yeah, they're cute. No babies. Yeah, so today I gave myself till 6 o'clock to get a video recorded and edited. And I finished early, so here we are. Yeah, so as far as the Turkish spindles, keep forgetting. I want to ask if I made a special live center point. Nope. The only special point well, for my top whirls, I did make this live center. It depends on the video. This was pretty straightforward. It was just a review video, so it's basically just 1 camera. So that sits in the middle. I usually edit with DaVinci Resolve. So it was just a review video, so I was just talking about a product. When I'm recording, I usually tend to record with 4 different, I use 4 different cameras, so I have a bunch of different views, so I can select, so you're not watching just a static camera like this all the time. So today was pretty easy. I didn't really have a script, I just talked. But normally when I do a video, there's a script, and I'll do an introduction, I'll have a teleprompter. So I typically, the introduction, the beginning of the video, I don't film until I'm done with making whatever I'm making. So I can show you what we're making and then make it. Yes. That'll work, Pete. Leviosa. Magic. Hello, Carter. Welcome back, Carter. Yeah, I have not made wands in a long time. Hello, JJ. Great. So my brain is just going, well, we tease him a lot because we've got him on the spot. Welcome back. I made that welcome back Carter thing. Now I got the theme stuck in my head. I'm a little bit too young to remember Welcome Back Carter originally. That's okay. Well, I can start speaking the lyrics from WKRP if that would help. Hello, welcome in. Little bats. No. Hello. Hello, how's it going, Eddie? Yes. Hello, Howard. What's going on? Nothing much. Just making some shafts. Yeah, so we're turning hard maple, which I really like. So I tried watching Greatest American Hero again, and yeah, it was a much better show when I was like 10. I just couldn't do it. Bunny rabbits. Yeah. When you're young, it's just crazy. Akpode, how's it going? So hey Brooks, we're making Turkish drop spindles that are used to spin yarn. So we're making the shafts for those right now. Yeah, Elf was the best show ever. Gordon Shumway was a brilliant character. But yeah, now looking back on it, I can't watch it either. Hello, Dio. So, I'm doing a lot of work with my roughing gouge. Yeah. So, Grizzly Adams, heck yeah, and Automan. Is that the cartoon where the guy turned into a car? It wasn't a cartoon, was it? That was a little before my time. Can we see my face? Nobody wants to see my face. Better off with hands. Alright, let's see here. So, there you go. Sorry to disappoint. Automan had a cursor as a sidekick and used computer when it comes to life. Nice. Alright. So yeah, I'm wearing the big hearing protection today. I know, right? I totally blame my girlfriend for the white beard. When I started dating her, it was red. I don't know what happened. It could be whatever vehicle you needed. Nice. Hello. welcome in. It was a show that was short-lived. They can't all be perfect TV shows like BJ and the Bear. Nothing like a show about a man and his monkey. So I'm going to walk through what we're doing. So this is hard maple. I cut it into square stock. Hello, Ukraine! You guys are doing well. Hopefully things are going to settle down. There's a show where a teenager turned himself into a wolf, and it was not Michael J. Fox. Oh God, probably as long-lived as the reboot, the TV show for. Oh, give me a second here. I'm having just. Oh, this is not hard. This should be easy. Ferris Bueller's Day Off. They made a Ferris Bueller TV show. But what I'm really excited for is Rick Moranis coming back as Dark Helmet. He's done shrinking kids. Ah. Yeah. It's a good old A-team. How's it going? Welcome in. You personal Transformers. Hello. Oh, I can almost taste the Mr. T cereal. G.I. Joe. Sardar, how's it going? Welcome in. I'm just happy that they brought back Phineas and Ferb. So, let's see, Lauren says, just curious, have you tried turning bottom part of your spindle drops? Oh, I do turn low whirl spindles and top whirls. So yes, this is just a different style. Hello, honeybee. And hello. So I'm making Turkish drop spindles that are used to spin yarn. I can sure say hello to Moscow. I know where that is. It's in the barn with Pasco. Traviat my droog. Ooh, Planet of the Apes cartoon. This is paste wax that I let harden. So I use that as a protectant. Not a problem. Oh, what about Land of the Lost? I used to be so terrified of the Schlee stacks, and now they're just like really slow moving. I think you just walk away from them. Well, their eyes, they're just terrifying. And then, I was little when the final battle miniseries came out, so alien lizard people that were disguising themselves as humans and they were eating people. Oh man. And then They Live came out. Oh man. Well, he had to make sure Holly was okay. I don't even remember what the little chimpanzee-looking guy was. Also a little bit before my time. Is this dangerous? Have I ever hurt myself? Hello, Jay. I have never seriously hurt myself on the lathe. They can be dangerous. Wood lathes are safer than metal lathes. They're not as torquey. Little cuts here and there, nothing bad. When I'm turning big things, I will wear a mask. I did have a Scottish spindle come off on me last week and hit me right in my face shield. Totally my fault. But I was wearing my PPE and I did not get hurt. You know, you have to be careful. You don't want loose clothing. You know, I don't wear any rings. I do wear a watch with a silicone band. I'm not worried about that. That'll come off before I do. I got my safety glasses on. I wear hearing protection most of the time. Looks alien to you? What's this? Well, this is a wood lathe. Yeah. Is that biscuit chunks? Oh, I wish it was. That would be delicious. Hello. So, yeah, well, we can take a look at the lathe. So this is my lathe. It's a Laguna 1260 Laguna Revo. So it's the midi size lathe. So it's not the littlest one. It's not the biggest one. It's in the middle. So you can turn a 12-inch bowl, and then you have 16 inches on the bed. So you could turn something 16 inches, but chuck on the end takes up some space. So I'm limited to about 12 or 13 inches. Yep. The skinny one helps makes rods and stuff. Sure. And hey D. So then I do have a dust collection system that's running. And that's over in the next room. So I have a hose. And so there you go. There's my extractor. Hey, thank you. Okay. Look, it's a flower. That's all it is. It's just a pansy from 1926. Hey, Carl. Yes. Yeah, so this is a lathe. Hello, Jay. Alright, so we're making relatively small shafts. These are 6 inches. See? It was not in deep enough. Try that again. So that could have just been horrible. But that's why you're watching, right? It's like watching NASCAR. Yeah, the vacuum is mainly to collect the fine sawdust. Well, I don't want to be breathing it in. That's the biggest thing. It's messy. So the bigger chips, obviously, I'm not going to get into my lungs. You can actually see the sawdust going into there. So this is called a story stick. I've got some lines cut in here. So when I registered against my test whirl here, I can just transfer the lines over. Now, there's several different ways you can do this. I prefer to do it this way when I stop the lathe and move everything out. Because what I can do is, when it's slowing down and stopping, I take the center out, the tailstock, and I can look at the shaft to make sure it's running okay. So as far as the mess control goes, so I do have a two-stage, basically a 5-gallon bucket separator and a shop vac, which I use to clean off the tabletop. And then everything else gets blown that way. And then I have a floor sweep. Basically, I've got an exhaust tube on the floor that I can sweep into. Hey, Jay. Hello, Juan. Darth. Welcome in. I'm sorry, I'm not very good with my Cyrillic, so I'm just going to say hi. Hello, Sam. Bobby Slays, how's this going? Cecil? There's an 8-inch shaft. And then this one has anglerfish on it. These will look much better once they're sanded. So we're making drop spindles for spinning yarn. Which I can demonstrate. Maybe. So there's a shaft we just made. So I'm just getting a leader to get me to the top. So I'll spin the spindle, and then with my hands I will spin the spindle. With my hands I'll draft. So I'm defining the thickness of the yarn. Hi, Jay. So you spin a length, and then you store it on the spindle. So when you're done, you take the spindle apart, and then you will have a center pulled ball. There you go. So this is wool. This is dyed Corriedale. Kind of a Smurfy-ish blue. There you go. And then you just keep repeating and putting more on there. Woohoo! Hooray for yarn spinning. Yeah, spinning is my zen, which is awesome. Shuts up all the voices in my head. There we go. Most of my spindles are within like 23 to 50, that kind of range. depending on what they are. Smoking rocks? I'm not dancing with Mr. Brownstone. No way. You like watching wood turning, but you don't know if you have the patience for it. Yeah. I know it's not for everyone. I enjoy it quite a bit. You came from work, you eat and watch you? Nice. Works for me. I got about a half hour left in the stream. Then my girlfriend's going to pick me up from the workshop. We're going to go have some dinner. It actually worked out kind of nice. The girlfriend came with me in the morning and she made lunch while I was working on the video. And then she went grocery shopping by herself, which I usually go. She hasn't gone grocery shopping by herself in probably 2 years. So she got to do that. So now lunch will be a surprise. Yeah, I know production work isn't for everyone. I mean, it'll be nice. I'm taking tomorrow off. I'm not doing anything. Probably gonna mow the lawn and do some yard work. But, you know, besides that, because that's what dads do, right? Just doing a little burnishing with some wood chips. Yeah, and honestly, I will watch videos like this when I'm at home. I'll find somebody doing some woodwork or kind of kick back and just relax. So let's try Quattro's on. Sounds like an alien word. Well, if it makes you feel any better, it took me a long time to be able to say I'm turning shafts without giggling. So. Giggity indeed. Yeah, for me, it's just shut my brain off and just make some chefs. I mean, you can make magic wands for everybody. You can make a ridiculously small baseball bat. Hello, Fernando. Zam, how's it going? Hey, Jake. Bronco, how's it going? Hello, Gold. So we are making drop spindles that are used for spinning yarn. I tend to smoke most of my resin though. But I hear ya. Hey Lou. Hey Jake. That is cool, right? Oh, those days are long gone. Oh, speaking of which, I am gonna just run and take my meds real quick. So we'll finish this one up, I'll go take my meds, and I'll be right back. Alright. Give me a second. I'm not running away. I'm slowly walking away. Thank you. Got 20 minutes left. We'll do what we can. I don't know. Wilford Brimley just made diabetes seem too cool. I mean, should have settled down on that oatmeal. Woo! I was a little aggressive there. I think that one's done. Yeah. Well, at least you can break it. That's the fun part. Oh, that's good. Yeah, life happens. I think I have to blame that one on me, not the wood. Yeah, when I'm turning exotic woods, like if I'm turning ebony, I'm like really, really, really super careful. Not so much with this stuff. $10 to $23, is that for one drop spindle? No, I don't have $10 spindles. Most of mine are with usually 23 to 40, unless you start getting into exotics, then they can go way up. A lot of times if I'm working with ebony and holly, they'll be up to like $100. And that'll be for one spindle. Bam. But it's taken me over a decade to get to that price. And honestly, my prices are still kind of mid-range. They're not crazy expensive. Alright, let's take a look at Etsy. Alright, so depending on the size, exotic woods are more expensive. So 30, 40, 27, 34, 30, 38, 20, 24, 37. And the $20 ones are more the 3D printed ones. So it depends on the wood type, what size they are, what model they are. Yes. It's me and my girlfriend that make them. Alright, so you're the one. So that's just one person that you're looking up, right? Yeah, this is me. Yeah, that's my shop. Are really old Asians who are trying Renaissance stuff for their childhood? I have sold over 24,000 spindles, so I would have to disagree with you. So, I've been making these professionally for over a decade. And goodbye. We're just going to put you on a timeout for 24 hours. That's all right. Yeah, I know I silenced him, but yeah, it's not a big deal. So you can't look at it like it takes me 5 minutes to cut this out, so it can't be worth whatever. But you have to realize it's taken me 11 years in order to make them in 5 minutes. So people use them to spin yarn. So you start out with fiber and you make it into yarn. Like a spinning wheel. This is what came before spinning wheels. Oh, and I've been live streaming for, God, lots of years. That's nothing. You get pretty thick skin. I mean, and the worst part is I could raise my prices, you know, depending on what's going on with importation fees. You know, I might have to raise my prices. Hello. You know, I started making these because a friend asked me to make her one. And I decided I had to learn how to spin if I was going to be able to make it. And I fell in love with spinning. And then I was laid off and decided to do this full time. And yeah, here we are. Oh yeah. And sometimes it's just kismet. So, you know, I had to take this wood, I had to machine it down to the right size. Then I had to laser engrave it on both sides. Then I had to cut it out. Then I had to turn this. Now this needs sanding and finishing and balancing. Then I have to weigh it, put the weight and my name on the bottom of it. Then I have to test it. And then after all of that, I'll get, what, 20 some bucks for it. So what do I do with the wood chips? I am working on compressing them into blocks that I can burn this winter. I made a bunch of fire starters with wax recently. These chips are big enough where you can burn them. But if it was in a block, they would burn longer. So yeah, so starting fires, perfect. Throw this in there, throw a fire starter in there that I made, and just let it go. Oh, when I'm holding the wood chips against it, that's called burnishing. It's like a friction polish. I'll get there. Yeah, it smooths it out. You are correct. Now, burnishing with wood chips is awesome. Do not burnish on a lathe with steel wool. And the nice thing about burnishing is you already have the wood chips. You're making them, so it's a way of using it. So I'm trying my best not to salt bay when I'm done. Yes, I'm making toothpicks for hungry hippos. Yep, we're making shafts for spindles that are used to spin yarn. So yeah, so I got wood chips. I got the lathe running full speed, so I'm just going to hold them against the wood. And it does a good job. It makes them very shiny. So the whole salt bay thing, when I'm done, I don't want to drizzle the wood chips down. That's why I throw them in there. Because I don't want to be that guy. We're done with the apex. Now we're on to, these are destinies. No, these are gliders. These are mini gliders. Wow. So I make 5. Do I ever make anything else? Yes, I do. But with the live streams, it's mainly production work. Spindles keep me pretty busy. Yeah, so spindles is my livelihood. So. What do I have on my tailstock? Well, so I just have a live center on here, and then the tailstock. I also have this live center that I use for top world spindles, and a pencil. So I do use the 4-jaw chuck because it lets me form the end. While it's running. Hello! How do I finish the end after you cut it off the 4-jaw chuck? So the bottom part, let me get back here. Wow. I use a flap wheel and I just flatten it out, and then we put wax on it after that. We're making drop spindles for making yarn. So there you go. These are little guys. These are for like cobweb to lace weight. Yep, so we sand the bottoms out while we're sanding the arms of the spindles. Oh no, then you wouldn't be able to see your pencil. No, 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 no. No, no, you need it to be bright and 1980s Trapper Keeper colors. This makes it easier to find. Like, a lot of my jigs are very, very bright. That way they stick out like a sore thumb. And I really like these pencils. They're Papermate handwriting pencils. So they have normal pencil size lead in them, but they're made kind of chunky for kids to learn how to write with. But that's super for making lines. I just couldn't do it. hello. The check engine light was on?
Yes, it was.
What did you do to the car? It's never gone on.
I know.
All right. All right. All right, guys. Well, Vicky's here, so I will let you go. We're going to go get some food. Are you going to make some food? We're going to make some food. What are you going to make?
Chicken.
Chicken. What kind of chicken?
Chicken tenderloins. Your Caesar salad.
Okay.
Baked beans. And you're going to have an apple.
I'm going to have an apple.
Yes, I was going to do broccoli, but we're already having the salads.
All right.
And we're don't vegetables. But I couldn't stop crunching. But
Right. Let me shut everything down and say goodbye to everybody. Do you want to help me move those finished ones over to the table? All right, guys. Thanks so much for hanging out with me. I really appreciate it. And hopefully we'll catch you next time. Have a great day, guys.